to your Superman news video for the week May 9th to May 15th, 2014. Our top news stories in this week's Speeding Bulletin include Zack Snyder reveals Batman and the Batmobile for the Superman Batman movie, Jesse Eisenberg talks about being cast as Lex Luthor, and the Superman Doomed saga takes off across the Superman comic book titles. Let's take a closer look at these stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. On Monday, Zack Snyder teased us on Twitter with a photo of the new Batmobile, mostly covered by a tarpaulin, saying that he'd unveil the Batmobile in full in a photo set to be posted on the following day. True to his word, Snyder not only posted a photo of the front of the new Batmobile, but next to it was standing Ben Affleck as Batman. While the initial photo was pretty dark, fans played around with the contrast and a high-resolution version of the image to reveal more details. While it's great to see this Jim Lee, Frank Miller-inspired Batman design, we're more interested in seeing what new tweaks they've done to the Superman costume for the upcoming Superman Batman movie. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long. Today.com sat down for a video interview with Jesse Eisenberg, where he joked about his upcoming role as Lex Luthor in the Superman Batman movie. Take a look.
Oh, yeah.
You take any notes from Gene Hackman back in the good old Lex Luthor days?
He hasn't stopped calling, so it's getting a little annoying. But no, he's, I don't know. I'm supposed to just say diplomatic things like he was really great. And he is. So yeah, I don't know. But it's a cool role.
Well, I think it's cool because it shows your range. You can play Lex Luthor, you can play Mark Zuckerberg, and in this film you play two very different characters.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Seeing you as the villain, that'll be interesting. All right.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, IGN.com and SchmoesKnow.com both managed to grab a quick word with Jesse Eisenberg. He told Schmoes Knows he was very impressed with the script, saying it was a great script which ultimately led to him taking on the iconic role. Thomas Williams, a fan living in Detroit, Michigan, discovered that the cast and crew of the Superman Batman film were gathering for a party get-together at the Garden Bowl bowling alley earlier in the week, and he managed to grab a quick word and a few photos with Henry Cavill and Zack Snyder amongst others. He said that while everyone was hesitant to answer any questions, it was easily noticeable how excited they all were to be a part of the film. On LocationVacations.com learned that a position in the area of River Rouge, Michigan will be the location of filming for the new movie. The report is that some filming will be done there at the Nicholson Terminal and Dock Company this June. The facility is no stranger to the big screen. In recent years it has also been used for Transformers 4, The Double, Real Steel and Kill the Irishman. The animated movie JLA Adventures Trapped in Time comes out on DVD on May 20th, following on from its Target exclusive launch earlier in the year. The all-new original movie is a thrilling film for the whole family and features some of the Justice League's most notable members. Check out this clip given to us by Warner Home Video.
Legion of Doom, you will go into the past and keep the baby Kal-El from ever falling into the hands of those sickeningly sweet rubes, Martha and Jonathan Kent.
Guys, you gotta hear this to believe it.
They won't raise the baby because you will take him, put him back in his space crib, and launch him far, far away from this planet. Thus, Superman will never come to exist here on Earth. And without Superman, the Justice League will never be formed. We will have won our greatest victory, and the world will be ours.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
You can buy JLA Adventures Trapped in Time from our online store. No TV news once again this week, so we jump straight into comic book news, where USA Today published an article all about Superman Doomed, the saga taking place across all the major Superman comic books for the next few months. Greg Pak said, "This new Doomsday presents a different challenge than the young Superman has faced up till now. The hero's heart is in the right place, but he has tremendous powers and responsibilities that will be tested to their limits and possibly beyond." Superman comic books we reviewed this week included Teen Titans Annual number 3, which was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who gave it a 3 out of 5, saying, "The whole thing seems like a rushed mess." T.A. Hewitt reviewed Earth 2 number 23, calling it an exhausting issue, and he gave it a 3 out of 5 score. While Smallville Lantern Chapter 9 was reviewed by Matt Shaw, who gave it a 4 out of 5, saying, "This issue makes up a bit for the last one." Superman comics available this week from May 14th include Injustice Year 2 Chapter 9 digital comic has been available since May 13th. Action Comics number 31, part of the Doom Saga, is available in a variant cover. Smallville Season 11 Lantern number 2 print edition, Superboy number 31, Superman Doomed number 1, which is available in a variant cover and a black and white cover, Superman Wonder Woman number 8, which is available in a variant cover and a digital combo pack. Smallville Lantern Chapter 10 digital comic will be available May 16th. Justice League Beyond 2.0 Chapter 20 digital comic will be available May 17th. Absolute Superman Batman Volume 2 hardcover. And Superman Man of Tomorrow Archives Volume 3 hardcover. Go up and away with these flying Superman toys for kids of all ages. Grab yourself a Superman World Tech Toys remote control helicopter for $29.50. Or how about a Man of Steel swing shot action figure plush toy for just $10.93. These and other great flying Superman toys are available from your one-stop Superman shop, the Superman Homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop. In other news, the Superman Hall of Heroes initiative was launched in Times Square this week, with a number of people, including Christopher Reeve, represented by his son Matthew, all inducted into the inaugural class of the Superman Hall of Heroes. The Superman Hall of Heroes honours real everyday heroes, the people who make a positive difference in the lives of others. The initiative celebrates good in the world, from local heroes to national celebrities, with philanthropic missions and personal stories of inspiration. Check out the website at supermanhallofheroes.com. Warner Brothers Consumer Products has joined forces with 11-time NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champions Hendrick Motorsports in a unique 3-year agreement. Potential programs include co-developed car paint schemes, comic books and digital content incorporating DC Comics superheroes and illustrated likenesses of Hendrick Motorsports drivers. Carla Ogle, one of the co-chairs of the Superman Celebration Organising Committee, was our special guest on this week's Radio KAL live show. Carla discussed the 4-day festival in Metropolis, Illinois, which will take place this year from June 12th to June 15th. Come listen to what she had to say, including some interesting stories about past celebrations at supermanhomepage.com/live. That's all the Superman news there was for the week May 9th to May 15th. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode, another fun-filled episode, another bat-tastic episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V, and thanks for watching. So, a few days ago, I guess, somewhere in the vicinity of 5 to a week, Zack Snyder made a little tease, said he was going to possibly remove the tarp off what looked like, my chair almost fell over, the Batmobile for his new Superman film. I say that in quotes because at Comic-Con, he didn't say we're going to be making another DC Universe movie. He didn't say we're going to be making another movie that has Man of Steel in it. He said, yes, we're going to make another Superman movie. And here to announce that, what it's going to be about is Henry Lennox. And so we brought him up, and he, of course, gave us the quote from The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller, which everybody went nuts over, and, of course, Bat fans love. And like myself, I know that that was an out-of-continuity thing, and that Frank Miller doesn't necessarily get either of these characters all that well. I guess he has a pretty good handle on the gritty, dark Batman that doesn't really like Superman or anybody else that much, which, in a lot of ways, Batman has turned into in the New 52 and in the DC Universe before that. He was a guy who, like in the Justice League, said, when you need help, and you will. And Zack Snyder kind of have a similar voice. I don't join teams, I don't like anyone, that kind of thing. But Batman wasn't necessarily always that way, because he's had all kinds of Robins and Batgirls and Oracles and Nightwings and everybody else help him out on teams. And there was even a Bat Dog, which is silly. But anyway, the picture, and then the next day he said I might remove it tomorrow, and the next day he did. And the picture that came out was of most of the front of the Batmobile and Batman standing to the side of it. It looked like a guy dressed in a bat suit that presumably is the one they're going to be using for the new movie. It kind of looks a little bit like the Jim Lee version that you see here, or the year one version that you see back there. Of course, the year one would be kind of a contradiction because we've been told that this is a Batman who's weathered and retired and old and has been doing Batman stuff for many years and has kind of given it up, or now he has to come back to the spotlight. Many people have pointed out, you can see on the bat suit in the photo that there's a lot of scratches, there's a lot of denting, there's a lot of damage. In other words, it's been used a lot. I really like the look of the uniform in the photo. I like this look on the shirt. I like the look on the year one. I've been saying for years that I wish we could have a Batman movie where he's in a suit and not in a Kevlar armor that's really thick and heavy, and he looks fat and bulky and bubbly. And it doesn't look anything like any of his comic book counterpart suits. Now, the argument could be made that the Man of Steel uniform didn't really look like a traditional Superman uniform either, and I can see where people kind of have that in their minds too, and I would rather a more traditional look, I think, although I did like the Man of Steel uniform. The thing about it is it's still sleek, it's still body hugging. You can see his muscles, but he's not bulbous in armor, which Superman wouldn't have. Another thing that's come up is that in this picture, it looks like Ben Affleck is going to be much more muscular than Superman is. There are two things that I could say to that. One is I'm not quite sure I necessarily see that, but the other thing is, since Ben Affleck is playing a human who needs to don a special suit in order to protect his very bullet-penetrable skin, his armor or suit could be bulkier, not as bulky as the Nolan films as I was just talking about, but still have a layer of armor in there that is shaped like muscle, so it's going to look bulkier on the outside, whereas Henry Cavill's Man of Steel suit for Superman is a suit that it doesn't need to be extra bulky because it's from another world. It's a different type of material that conforms to his body and does what he needs it to do, and doesn't have thick human type armor on it. And something else I wanted to mention is a lot of sites have reported, and I haven't been able to find anywhere where it said this officially, that Ben Affleck is also in the photo in the Batsuit. It could be Ben Affleck, but Snyder hasn't said anything about it other than to release it on Twitter. Didn't say this is Ben Affleck in the Batsuit, just said, oh, look what I found. I took this with my camera. That's all he said about it. So the idea that it's Ben Affleck in the photo isn't necessarily true. There's no way to tell. It's very dark. It's black and white. He's looking down. It could be Ben Affleck, but he has the cowl on. Could be anybody. Could even be just a model, not a person, like a stand-up model that they actually put the suit on and molded it to, or just set it on for the picture. Some people have said it's art, that it's a drawing, that it's an idea of what Batman's going to look like and what they're going for with the uniform. It could be that too. It looks real to me in the photo, but not necessarily a person, or definitely not necessarily Ben Affleck, even though it could be any of these things. It's just a picture of what I said at the beginning, Batman standing next to the Batmobile. There hasn't been a lot on the Superman homepage thread where people are complaining that, oh, see, this movie's going to be all about Batman. But I wanted to say that it does seem like there's a lot of hype around Batman, and there should be and would be when this announcement was made. And that's what people are waiting to see and hear. We know kind of what Superman's going to look like, although they said they're going to do some alterations to the uniform. I would have liked to, and we're gonna, as time goes on, and it's very early in the process. That's why it's very possible this could just be artwork. What I like about the Batmobile is that it looks a lot more like the Michael Keaton Batman version of the Batmobile, and a lot sleeker like the comic book versions, as opposed to the Tumbler, which I hated in the Nolan films. So I like that. I like that it looks a little more like a Batmobile that I'm used to and that I would like to see myself. And as I said, I like the uniform. But I would like to see some Superman-related stuff come out. And as we're seeing, most sites are reporting Batman versus Superman. It hasn't been officially announced yet. But it is a Batman/Superman/Wonder Woman/other people movie. I'm hoping Superman really drives the story and helps form the Justice League or whatever at the end, because we know that's coming next. But it doesn't look like it's going to be a Superman movie. It's going to be a movie with Superman and other heroes in it, which can be okay too, and we've already talked this one to death. But he did announce we are doing another Superman movie. So we still have hope for that, although why all the Batman hype, other than I know he's more popular and I know more people like him and I know more people want to hear about it, why can't we see something of Krypton? Why can't we see Luthor? Why can't we see the alterations of the new Superman suit? And we will, as I said. But it was a little disappointing, but also cool because I do like the photo and I like the way he released it to see that. Thanks everybody for watching. And remember, not only do I have bat shark repellent in my pants, but you can catch me next week. Same V time, same V channel.